Good morning to all traders and welcome to this Monday's marketinsights video. Star is here. Today is the 14th of December. We are just a couple of weeks away from the next year, where everybody hopes actually next year to be much better. It might be, at least the Pfizer vaccinations were shipped to the US and arrived in the US, just on the few million up until now, at least so far. The US expects about 40 million. That might be a bit overstretched, to be honest, but by the end of the year. But still, we are going to get people getting vaccinated, and that is likely to have the situation, at least in the US, improving over the coming months. Now, we need to ask ourselves, is this going to actually allow the stocks rise higher or risk assets in general and have the US dollar falling? It's very possible. Whether it's going to happen though this week, this Monday, actually today, to be honest, or not, is going probably to depend on whether people start getting vaccinated today. Because in the US, there is these few millions are expected to go to federal employees first, hospitals, doctors, and the people actually that need first. And that being said, if that starts happening today, this is going to be increasing risk appetite, with high certainty, I would say. Now, when we look at the European side, the talks between Ursula and Boris didn't really lead to a deal yesterday. They decided, though, to keep talking, as of course we are at a stage where we cannot just drop the Brexit bomb in the in the markets and just have it decided a couple of weeks before the 1st of January deadline. So they decided to talk. It looks like that is seen optimistic for a couple of reasons. Of course, the continuation of the talks is one of the reasons. And the second reason is just from 3 or 4 really sticking points now, it seems like we narrow it down to 1 after Ursula and Boris had a constructive talk as well, right? So markets seem to taking this as a very positive development for the pound. But as we've seen actually before, those sort of headlines seem to have an expiration date that is quite often very soon to the production date, let's just call it, right? So that said, I want to start with the pound. We're also going to have a quick look on the euro and the dollar against the Swiss franc. Now, on the pound, we talked about these W, X, Y, X, and Z, right? So we're expecting wave Z down here below the previous low of 114, to complete this bearish sequence. The question is, have we really finished this upside move over here? This is a question I have myself. And this is why. I've talked about this potentially being a bearish move all the way down here, right? You could take an ABC formation, W, X, and Y, and in diagonal. We do not know, it's very early to say. But I'm not sure I like this move to the downside, okay? Because it looks corrective. I could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whereas this is the 1 and 2, and this is the 3 and the 4 and the 5 for an 8. But yet again, although possible, I'm not sure it's likely to come in because, wave 2 of the smaller degree, is way higher than the wave 1 of the higher degree. And this doesn't mean much, but usually when we have a multi-degree to the downside, part of wave 3 of higher degree, let's say, then usually we expect these corrections to be short, at least in the first, in wave 2, right? Now, in either case, we could see prices continue lower, okay? But most likely for a correction, which means that at least in my view, I'm expecting this to be another W, X, and Y, perhaps. We're going to get another X over here and then another move to the upside for wave Z. So this W, X, and Y here as a double zigzag, as you see, it's probably going to turn into a triple zigzag for wave X, okay? Otherwise, we'll continue down as expected. Now on euro dollar, On euro dollar, we looked at this potential move to the upside last week, okay? And we also talked about an alternative scenario that these could indeed turn out to be an expanded or running flat, well, most likely running, to be honest. Yeah, running flat down to 1696. We'll put the 121.71 previous high as the validation / invalidation level, right? If we break above, then most likely this is not a running flat and we're going to continue up, right? Now, if we take into consideration this structure over here, this looks corrective, which means we're not going down for an impulse in a running flat. Most likely this is wave 4 of 3. We're going to see prices moving higher to 122.63 to take out wave 3. Then we're going to get 4 to premium, maybe 120 max. And then another move to the upside that could actually extend up to 25.79, even higher, because this is a W, X, and Y, right? This is wave Y, and this is the previous top over here from the wave W, okay? So it's very likely that we're going to see another high very shortly, then a correction, a pullback down to a maximum of 119.26, and then another shoot to the upside for the last impulse in wave 5 of C. And USDCHF, another good opportunity that we talked about months ago, to be honest, and has panned out pretty well for those who followed. Well done. This is the last move in wave 5 of C. Yeah. So an A, B, C for wave 5, because this primary move to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you see in the primary degree, they are all ABCs, yes, because I'm looking at them as an ending diagonal, okay, in a corrective structure. So ABC over here, we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4 with a running flat, and 5. Why I expect more downside despite the fact that I see these signals? Well, it's because this is 1, 2, I'm expecting this to be 3, then 4, and then a 5. So we can go down to 0.8672 or even down to the 0.8522. Because this is where the 161 extension of waves, which one is this? Yes, wave 2, 3, and 4, yeah, is getting us, and the 100 Fibonacci is from wave 3 and 4 over here, right? Which means that wave 5 could actually start turning over here. So I'm expecting prices to move lower, and I'm expecting to see a better signal here on the MACD on the RSI, in order to start considering opportunities to the upside, okay? Until then, well, we'll have just to keep an eye on the markets and remember what the scenarios are, okay? So thank you for watching. Have a good trading week ahead, and we'll speak again tomorrow.